Cultivation of legume crops. Legume crops. Legumes are a group of plants that typically produce a pod. The pod and/or its contents are edible. When used as a dry grain, the seed of a legume plant is also called a pulse. Examples of legumes include beans, peas, lentils, soybeans, and groundnuts. This section will discuss the cultivation considerations of some legume crops. Soybeans. Soybeans are an annual crop. Botanical name, Glycine max. Days to harvest. For shelling and fresh use, soybeans are ready for harvest 45 to 65 days after sowing. Dried soybeans require 100 or more days to reach harvest. Soil needs. Soybeans need well-drained, but not sandy, soil with a pH of 6.5 or above. Propagation method, plant from seed. Field spacing, 20 to 40 centimeters between plants. Common pests, fall armyworm, beet armyworm, yellow striped armyworm, corn earworm, cutworms, grasshoppers, and stink bugs. Harvesting. Soybeans can be harvested manually or mechanically. Manually, gently remove each pod from the plant without damaging. Remove beans from pod if desired. Mechanically, a combine harvester cuts and threshes at the same time. Cowpea. Cowpeas, also known as black-eyed peas, are an annual crop. Botanical name, Vigna unguiculata. Days to harvest, 65 to 70 days to fully mature, depending on if you want to harvest them green or dried. They are not a frost-hardy plant. Soil needs. Cowpeas prefer well-drained, sandy loams or sandy soil with a pH of 5.5 to 6.5. Propagation method, plant from seed. Field spacing, plant 2 rows about 15 centimeters apart, then skip 1 meter and plant another double row. Common pests, borer, weevil, and aphids. Harvesting. Cowpeas can be harvested as a snap bean in about 70 days. To harvest them as dried beans, you will need to wait a little longer, from 80 to 100 days. For shelling peas, harvest when the pods are full and you can see the beans swelled inside the pods. For dry beans, leave the pods on the vines to dry completely. Groundnut. Groundnuts, also known as peanuts, are an annual crop. Botanical name, Ericus hypogea. Days to harvest, 130 to 140 days is typical for most varieties. Soil needs. Groundnuts grow best in light, sandy soil, but then can be grown in most other soil types if compost is incorporated to sufficiently loosen the soil. Propagation method, from seed. Field spacing. Place the peanut seeds 5 centimeters deep, 20 to 30 centimeters apart in loose soil. Once they begin to grow, hill them up with loose soil. Common pests. During the vegetative stage, damage to peanuts is mainly to foliage and caused by leaf-chewing or sap-sucking insects. Insects that suck sap can occur any time after crop emergence and include leafhoppers, peanut mites, and cowpea aphids. Cowpea aphids are not considered a pest in peanuts. Harvesting. Loosen up the soil around your pods with a garden fork and gently lift them out by roots, or use a peanut digger lifter to extract them from the soil.